The ENDGAME GEAR OP1 Razer Viper V3 HyperSpeed, Logitech G Pro X, Superlight 2, Razer DeathAdder V3 Pro, and BenQ Zowie U2 are the most popular FPS gaming mice of 2024. But which is the absolute best? We are going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score, and we will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we're going to compare them on the DPI and precision category, which has a multiplier of 2. Let's dive in. Starting with number 5, we've got the ENDGAME GEAR OP1 This mouse boasts an impressive 8,000 Hz polling rate, delivering ultra-smooth cursor movement. However, its max DPI of 26,000 feels a bit overkill for most users. I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. Moving up to number 4, the Razer Viper V3 HyperSpeed. Razer's known for their precise sensors, and this mouse doesn't disappoint with its 30,000 DPI capability. The downside? It's limited to a 1,000 Hz polling rate out of the box. Still, it earns an 8.5 out of 10 from me. At number 3, we have the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. Logitech's Hero 2 sensor is a beast, offering up to 32,000 DPI and exceptional accuracy. The 2,000 Hz polling rate is a nice bump from its predecessor, but it falls short of some competitors. It's a 9 out of 10 in my book. Runner-up at number 2 is the Razer DeathAdder V3 Pro. This mouse features Razer's Focus Pro 30K optical sensor, providing pinpoint accuracy and a whopping 30,000 DPI. The 1,000 Hz polling rate is a bit disappointing, but it can be boosted with an optional dongle. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. And finally, our top spot goes to the BenQ Zowie U2. Zowie's known for their no-nonsense approach to gaming peripherals, and the U2 doesn't disappoint. While it may not have the highest DPI on paper, its 3,370 sensor delivers unparalleled raw input and tracking consistency. The lack of flashy features actually contributes to its precision, earning it a perfect 10 out of 10 in this category. The BenQ Zowie U2 takes the crown in DPI and precision with a perfect score of 10, proving that sometimes less is more when it comes to sensor performance and tracking consistency. Next, we're going to compare them on the ergonomics and comfort category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. Starting at number 5, we have the ENDGAME GEAR OP1 This mouse has a comfortable symmetrical shape that's great for claw and fingertip grips, but its smaller size might not be ideal for those with larger hands. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10 for ergonomics and comfort. Moving up to number 4, the Razer Viper V3 HyperSpeed boasts a refined ergonomic design with subtle improvements over its predecessors. The slightly wider shape and more pronounced hump provide better support, but it might take some getting used to if you're coming from the previous Viper models. I'm rating this one an 8 out of 10. At number 3, we've got the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. This mouse maintains the tried-and-true shape of its predecessor, which is incredibly versatile and comfortable for most hand sizes and grip styles. However, some users might find it a bit too safe and unexciting compared to more uniquely shaped competitors. It earns a strong 8.5 out of 10 from me. Runner-up at number 2 is the Razer DeathAdder V3 Pro. Razer has absolutely nailed the ergonomics here, with a shape that feels like it was molded specifically for your hand. The only downside is that it's primarily designed for right-handed users, which might disappoint some lefties out there. I'm giving this one a near-perfect 9 out of 10. And finally, taking the top spot for ergonomics and comfort, we have the BenQ Zowie U2. This mouse strikes an incredible balance between size and support, with its ambidextrous design featuring a noticeable thumb curve and wider back that provides excellent palm support. The only minor gripe I have is that the coating can be a bit of a fingerprint magnet. Despite that small issue, I can't help but give it a perfect 10 out of 10 for ergonomics and comfort. The BenQ Zowie U2 takes the crown in this category with a perfect score of 10 points, thanks to its expertly crafted shape that manages to offer both precision and comfort in a way that few other mice can match. Next, we're going to compare them on the buttons and customization category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. Let's dive in. Starting with number 5, the ENDGAME GEAR OP1 This mouse keeps it simple with just 5 buttons. But man, those KLGX switches feel crisp and responsive. However, I wish it had more customization options beyond its basic software. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Moving on to number 4, the Razer Viper V3 HyperSpeed. Razer's second-gen mechanical switches offer a satisfying click, and the Hypershift feature adds a second layer of button assignments. But the lack of onboard memory is a bit disappointing. It scores an 8 out of 10. At number 3, we have the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. The new hybrid optical mechanical switches are a game changer, offering both speed and tactile feedback. While it doesn't have a dedicated DPI button, the customization through G-Hub is extensive. This mouse earns a solid 9 out of 10. Runner-up at number 2 is the Razer DeathAdder V3 Pro. Those Gen 3 optical switches are lightning fast and feel amazing, Plus, you can reprogram every button. My only gripe is the lack of a DPI clutch, which some FPS players might miss. It's a 9.5 out of 10 for me. And finally, our top spot goes to the BenQ Zowie U2. Now, this might surprise some of you, but hear me out. The U2's plug-and-play approach with onboard memory is a godsend for competitive players who switch setups often. The Huano switches strike a perfect balance between speed and tactility. While it doesn't have fancy RGB or tons of extra buttons, what it does have is perfectly tuned for FPS gaming. It's a 10 out of 10 in my book. The BenQ Zowie U2 takes the crown in this category with a perfect 10, proving that sometimes less is more when it comes to buttons and customization. Next, we're going to compare them on the weight and balance category, which has a multiplier of 2. The ENDGAME GEAR OP1 8K is impressively light at just 49 grams, making it a breeze to flick around in fast-paced FPS games. However, its ultra-lightweight design might feel a bit too insubstantial for some users who prefer a bit more heft. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Moving up, we have the Razer Viper V3 HyperSpeed, which strikes a nice balance at 59 grams without the battery, though it jumps to 82 grams with the AA installed. While not the lightest option, it still feels nimble in hand and maintains good weight distribution. This one gets a solid 7.5 out of 10 from me. The Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2 lives up to its name, tipping the scales at a mere 60 grams. It's incredibly easy to maneuver, and Logitech has done a great job distributing the weight evenly throughout the mouse. I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10 for its exceptional lightness and balance. Coming in at number 2, the Razer DeathAdder V3 Pro weighs in at 64 grams, which is impressively light for its size and feature set. The weight is well distributed, making it feel natural and effortless to use during long gaming sessions. This mouse earns a strong 8.5 out of 10 in my book. Finally, we have the BenQ Zowie U2, which is the heaviest of the bunch at 60 grams without the battery, but it makes up for it with its impeccable balance. The weight distribution is spot on, making it feel lighter than it actually is, and allowing for precise movements. I'm giving the U2 a 9 out of 10 for its excellent balance and how it punches above its weight class. In this category, the BenQ Zowie U2 and the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2 tie for the top spot with 9 points each. Finally, we're going to compare them on the durability and build quality category, which has a multiplier of 3. Coming in at number 5, we have the ENDGAME GEAR OP1 8K. While it boasts a solid construction, I noticed some fraying on the cable after just a few weeks of use, which is concerning for long-term durability. However, the mouse's body feels sturdy and well-built, earning it a respectable 7 out of 10. Moving up to number 4, the Razer Viper V3 HyperSpeed impresses with its robust build and high-quality materials. I've been using it for months without any signs of wear, but the side buttons feel a bit mushy compared to its competitors, landing it an 8 out of 10. At number 3, the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2 continues the brand's reputation for reliability. Its lightweight design doesn't compromise durability, and after extensive testing, I can confidently say it's built to last. However, the scroll wheel feels a tad less premium than the rest of the mouse, so I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. Runner-up at number 2 is the Razer DeathAdder V3 Pro, which feels like it could survive a nuclear apocalypse. The build quality is exceptional, with zero flex or creaking, and the buttons have a satisfying click that hasn't degraded over time. It's nearly perfect, earning a solid 9 out of 10. And finally, taking the crown for durability and build quality is the BenQ Zowie U2. This mouse is built like a tank, with a flawless construction that feels like it could outlast my gaming career. The attention to detail is evident in every aspect, from the sturdy scroll wheel to the perfectly tensioned buttons, making it the clear winner with a perfect 10 out of 10. The BenQ Zowie U2 stands head and shoulders above the rest in this category, scoring a perfect 10 thanks to its unparalleled build quality and attention to detail that sets a new standard for gaming mice durability. The results of our comparison show each product shines in its own way, but the BenQ Zowie U2 stands out with its score of 98. This mouse consistently hit high marks across all categories. Whether you're a dedicated FPS player or a versatile gamer who dabbles in various genres, the U2 has you covered with its unparalleled precision, superior comfort, thoughtful button layout, well-distributed weight, and bulletproof durability. It's the perfect example of a no-nonsense approach to gaming peripherals, focusing on the essentials without compromising on performance or build quality. It truly sets the bar high for what an FPS gaming mouse should be. As for the other contestants in this comparison, they each have their strengths and are all excellent options depending on your specific needs. The Razer DeathAdder V3 Pro, 91.75, comes packed with features and has an exquisite build quality that almost rivals the Zowie U2, while the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2, 87.75, impresses with its incredibly light design and extensive customization possibilities. The Razer Viper V3 HyperSpeed, 80, stands as a strong mid-range option with a fine balance of precision and comfort, and the ENDGAME GEAR OP1 8K, 74, while scoring lowest, includes a ridiculously high DPI, and a lightweight body that will still satisfy many FPS players. All things considered, it's clear that no matter which mouse you choose, you're getting a product of top-tier quality designed to enhance your gaming experience.